How should I begin? Has it started before time? What existed before time? Some of the planets, maybe? Maybe some of the planets? But before time, before we existed and we scratched our ass. Who knows what existed before times? I've written down so many things, did so many videos, and for some reason, a lot of it seems to not get out there. I don't know. It says I'm going to view. So it takes 30 minutes to view it, and then it goes on to YouTube, and then it gets uploaded. So I don't know if it's lost in my computer somewhere. I need to know what to do. So don't forget, don't be lost in time, because there's two things that work for us. Now check this out, which is really cool. Okay, 74 is Christ. Okay, the seven islands of the four angel. That's what you have to say. We're going to talk the way from above. It's the seventh gate, seven God, Jesus Christ, okay, of the four angel, because man is that four angel. But that's the electronic connect. The sixth man is the electronic who he connects to, but he still is that four angel. That's Christ. Okay, 47 reversed. Okay, it's a simple letter count for time. 7 by 4 is 28 days in February of the one birth. That's why it's one every 4 years. Jesus Christ backwards, the cross, the crossing of the roads. Every song ever sang. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go look up some rock and roll. But wait a second. We live on Earth. It is a rock. It turns around 360 degrees and it rolls around the sun. Or, well, it doesn't roll around the sun. It rolls around actually its own axis. Isn't that the way it is? And that way it goes around the sun. Anyways, what goes around comes around, irrelevant to the fact of. And of course, if I make any mistakes, you have to understand. There are no mistakes when you write a book. It's a book. You might not like what's in the book. You might think it's stupid and wrong and impossible. It's not a mistake. Hey, guys, stop fighting. Two cats. Oh, my God, the cats, it's crazy. But in particular, do you know what I was looking at that was really, really weird? It was cars. It was cars. There were all kinds of cars. And you know what's funny about cars? Chrysler, that sounds like Christ, usually builds everything somehow upside down. The mirrors or the keys or the motor, transmission, springs, or whatever else it is. Hey, guys, stop playing with my picture that took me 20 hours to do, you cuckoo heads. Okay, now they got the Dodge Caliber. Well, you know, Clint Eastwood had it. He had a Caliber, and John Wayne, didn't he have a Caliber too? Unless you're going to Dodge City and you're the Avenger. Now they got the Dodge Avenger. But don't forget, hi-ho Geronimo, because here comes Dodge Charger. And someone to challenge. How about the Challenger from Dodge? In Dodge City, we have a Chrysler now. Same family, different brother. Of course, my cat pulls my mouse on the floor, and I have no idea if you're still with me. So I'm going to stop on this little mic, go back to my last page. Well, not my last page, the other page, the page I was last on. Actually, the page I was last on took me to where I am right now. So I see the camera's still working, so let's get rid of this page. And talk about cars. And if my cat peed behind me or something, I'm so tired of it. Ah, Ford Fiesta. Right away, Spanish. It's a Ford 6694. So the Ford 6694 stand for the two islands of six, okay, the birth of man, and the four angle of spirit, which is pretty cool. Now, you had the Ford Focus. You see, man must focus. You know why they got a block engine? Because man has a block head. That's all he needs is that block head to go around to all the other elements of the mind in the body and to come out with it in his block head. Take off his head, he ain't dead, but he ain't there. You can't be nowhere. The head don't move without the heart. It usually does die, right? But the mind is somewhere else anyways. That's why they always cut their heads off back in the 17 or 1600s, because everybody knew it was they had to get the head away from the body, because the body had a mind of its own. It gets sick on its own, your body. You think sometimes you're better, but your body says you're not. Your body knows. Holy mac. So we got the Ford Fusion, because that's what happened to us. And, of course, the fusion Of what? Of course, of the universe. And then they had the Taurus, the bull. Taurus, yes. Toro. In Greek, it's toe. I think it's the 19th letter. That would actually means we get connected to the spirit. And the spirit is a Taurus, because it ain't letting you go for nothing, and it's after the red blood, just like the bull. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Taurus is a bull. It's part of the Matrix Connect. It's the 19th letter in Greek. You see, it's the 20th letter in the English language, which means it's in the beta world. Okay, that's all it's telling you. But in Greek, it says it's part of the Spirit Connect. You see, Greek brings us back one level, and I just learned something new. T used to be the 19th letter. Well, in that language, of course, before the English language ever existed. So I not work with early history? Had to look at a Ford Taurus to figure that one out. And it's the Taurus, it's the bull that chases the red, because the red is your blood. Your blood is the energy and spirit of God. So the Ford Taurus must connect the 1 and 6 island. So that means it connects 1 and 3 and 1 and 3, making 6. The 1 connects the 1, 2, 3 on the dice. The 1 connects the 1, 2, 3 on the dice. There is no actual 6. There's no actual 6. There's actually no actual 6. But, 5, you live around 5. But now being either 5 or 4, they put the 5 around you, making you live inside the black hole in heaven. So they put the 5 around you instead of you living around or connected to the 5 position, Area 51. What other cars that have? Oh my God, a Ford Mustang. Now, I want to ask you a question now. Okay, does it have anything to do with the Tang orange juice? You must tang. Does it mean you must tango? Again, another Spanish word, or Mustang the horse. But then where did Mustang the horse get his name? And usually when I think of a Mustang, I usually think of a horse with 2 colors, usually brown and white. And he's riding on the range, and Clint Eastwood is out there, and the Indians are trying to get them. But that's the Mustang, but it's more than that. It's Mui. It's the letter M in Greek. MU. It represents its own. ST is for first, last, start, and stop. It's always the best. Okay? ANG, the angle, the angel. You only have to say the ANG. You don't need the LNE. You already know there's a life because you got the MU, giving it the life. And you got the Lincoln. Now we're talking about, okay, we see the cross on the Lincoln. You know what's wrong with the Lincoln sign, okay, is north-south life, okay, goes up and down. The rectangle. East-west life, okay, is supposed to be long. The Lincoln sign, why would it be? It's showing us that this world is hooked up to another world. That's what the Lincoln shows me, because it should be showing it the other way around. But the other way around, guess what? That's GM. GM has it the other way around, east-west, but not Lincoln. No way, no way. Lincoln MKS. Now that's pretty cool. 13th letter, 11th letter, 19th letter, 32, 43. Total 4 and 3 is 7. You've got a Lincoln connected to the 7 islands from up above. So what other cars we got in here? Oh, Chevrolet. I said GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac. I don't know. There's so many cars in the market. There's Asian cars. I mean, Honda and Acura. I mean, the only thing with Acura, what's funny about Acura? I mean, look at this. I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but the Honda, okay, is an H. The Acura is a squeezed H, and this one's an N or a Z, or in all actuality can actually look like a bent out of shape H. But take a good look at this. This is an egg. This is a standing egg, and this is a square. This is the square. This is the egg lying down. This is the bird growing in the egg. You got to be Acura. You got a Hyundai. You've got a baby on the way. South Korea war. Sure, they have to buy their cars now. Am I presented in front of you right now? Are we lost between us? Let me find where we are. Not here. There I am. Hey. So there's so many cars on the market. It's insane. I mean, car after car. Now, why am I talking about this? Because when a new car comes out or a new model comes out, that's a new code. There's a new code in that, because it's hard to make a code when a word has never been used in the world and all of a sudden you hear it all the time. You're going to start thinking, hey, what is this, right? But when you put a car on the road, you call it XLY by Ford. Let's call it the Cyrus. to mix it up. So when we're transmitting to Cyrus, the Cyrus car, the Cyrus commercial, put on television every 30 seconds, every 14 minutes, and we've got a code on the way. There's codes between everything. There's codes on this. Nobody can see. Okay, but if you look deep enough, there's codes on that. The more something is filled in with spaces, it's the space between. Everything is caused by what's next to this. Since I'm here, something is caused. I'm holding this, I'm smoking this, I'm looking down, I'm thinking of you, I'm talking into the mic, but what am I actually doing? What the hell? What's the difference? I drew this picture yesterday. That's who we are. That's one of the pyramids. These are the guardians. Now take a look. Take a look. It's the pentagram. Well, part of the pentagram on one side. You see the pentagram here and here? You see what it looks like? The wolf, an elbow here, an eye here, an eye here. Okay, a leg here, connected to this part. See the way this is connected here to the diamond, and here it's connected to the diamond. When I used to tell you about wolf and wolf and wolf, this is why, because the wolf is the connection to your diamond mind. And the wolf is the communication, the good wolf and the bad wolf. And in between, you have to make the decision. The good wolf and the bad wolf and the good wolf. In between, you have to make a decision. Don't forget, one lies, one tells the truth. The other tells the truth, the other one lies. They have to keep you forced to want to be in the center and know what the right thing is to do. They do it for the better of us. And another thing, this Monsanto thing that's going on, do you know what? I think it caused something very bad for someone I know, and probably get through it anyways. But in a way, if you think of this gene thing, it's almost like evolution. I mean, if we didn't have any governments and people were planting and playing around with their seeds 90 years ago, they've been playing around with our seeds forever. By just playing around with the feed, we feed the animals, we fertilize the fields, whatever it is, they're always trying something new. And we all think it's because they want us to come and obey their laws. Do they think that we can really eat MSG and start to obey laws? You know, I just saw a reboot the other day, and she went whoosh, and you were under her spell. She was the virus, and you were living in the virus. See, what happens is once she wins you over, she's winning the system over. And once the whole system is won over, it all works in a special way that all of a sudden you're moving the same way as the electronical system. The same waves are going through your mind. Why now? Because this is the weakest. Hey man, you ever hear rock and roll? Well, the earth has been rocking and rolling forever, and this rock is tired of rolling. So it's on the slow down, it's not on the hoe down, because it needs an energy lift. And that Lenin that passed on by on the 11/11/11 of 2011, November 11th, the 11th day, it passed by about 8 o'clock at night. Could have been 8:30 or 8:45. I'm not sure. Could have been 9 o'clock. Now, we're not looking to bargain on this right now. It was sometime after 4. Now, why did I say 4? Well, because it's the game. After 4 is the 50 years of man. Do you know why the difference between 40 and 50? The difference between 40 and 50 is, in Monopoly, it's 40. It's the 400 years or the 4,000 years of the Jews and the 2,000 years. But the thing about the 4 is the 4 corners and the 4 sides. And everything to do with the 4 by 4 is 16 by 4 is 64, which means angel and man. And what is it about? How can I explain to you the 4? The 4, oh my God, it's so hard. 4 by 4 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 7 and 4 is Christ. There are 4 odd numbers and 4 even numbers, and 1 in between, the 5. Did anybody know that October is an even number, is an odd number month? The 10th month, 1 plus 0 is 1. October is odd. November, the 11th month, 1 plus 1 is 2. November is even. December, the 12th month, 1 plus 2, 3, odd. There's 7 odd months. There's 4 even months. Actually, there's 5. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. I was into that, you know. I was into that, but now I'm not into that. But I was into that. Does anybody know what the 116th day of the year is? The 116th day of the year is April 25th this year. And the 288th day of the year is, I'm sorry, 277th day of the year is my birthday. The two islands of the seventh passage and the seventh passage are two seventh gates. I've got the two beta world life of the seventh gate in both worlds. Okay, summer calls for 92 days, 264 days to the change of seasons, angel and man, 91 days in autumn, 355th day of the year, the passage, the birthday of Jesus, December 25th, 359th day, 5 and 9, Lenin, 5 and 9, could it be any perfect? Couldn't be any more perfect. What else do you want to do? January 31st, ST, January 1st, ST, March 31st, ST, March 1st, ST. When you go to April, it's April 1st, ST, but April 30th, TH, time, heaven. September 30th, TH, heaven. Wait a second. It's the 9th month. It's the birth of the TH, heaven. Ah, I got it now. It's the birth of the TH, heaven. Where's a good pen? Do you understand why? Oh my God, birth of the TH, heaven is September. Oh boy. I'll write it on the desk. Birth, TH, heaven in September. And the reason the TH7 is because it's the 9. It's 30 days. It's the 30th. That means TH7, but the 9 is the birth. Okay, so this is how it works. The reason that September has 30 days, okay, and it's split up between 20 days and 10 days. 2010, because of the seasons. We end summer in September and we begin autumn or fall down. London Bridges. September is the 9th month for birth. 30 days is creation. So you have creation in the month of birth. August has 31 days, but it's an even number. August finishes on the 31st, but it's the 8th month, equaling to 39. 39 means also 10, or ST is the 39th letter. 8 is like being first in 2, beta world. So September, it has 30 days. The 9th month, 30 plus 9 is 39. Now the 8 has 31 days, and the 8th month, 39. 39, 39, 78. 7th gate of the heaven. 78, 88. What were the numbers again? Okay, it doesn't matter, but they work. They all work. 30 days as September, April, June, and November. What is that question? 30 days as September. Let me see. We go to September, April, and then they go from September, okay, all the way to April. 30 days as September, April. So there's 153 days from April to September. Okay, 153 days, which is the creation passage, which means man's one spirit, the passage is created. Okay, and that's for in between April and September, in which everything starts in September. So the Jewish calendar is pretty much right on. So those calendars running September as beginning of the year, basically, and jumping around a little bit. That's basically it. I mean, but the islands connect on October 4th on the 277th day, in which in a leap year, it's the 278th day, but October 3rd in a leap year would be the 277th day. So that means October, which the Mayan say that it's the 5 unluckiest days, is because 3, 4, and 5 actually connect together. CDE, cash divide E-world. The cash sign, my friends. 304th day, Halloween, 304th day, or 305th day. 304 means 3 and 4 is 7 of the egg inside the 0. Us, beta world. What number is it in the beta world? 2468. Hello. It's in the middle position. I'm going to tell you. It's the way it is. Gives it out. Take it in. I tell you the way it is. The next thing I'm going to be doing with you is, no, I'm going to leave this for now. I'm going to try, I'm still going to do the NFL. I'm going to try to get to it. And the deck of cards. Okay, I'm going to be doing something about the deck of cards. Just something a little weird, you know. What else do I do a little weird? I just have to mark down the cards. The cards and the elements. That's next. I got a lot of lost stuff, and I sometimes I just don't want to go back. I just keep learning all the time. The energy of Christ is so powerful. What is the energy of Christ? For me, the energy of Christ is when you have the ability to actually love what you're doing, and feeling that what you're doing is for the love of more than just yourself, and not needing to get paid or anything, and always wanting to do it, like being obsessed with it. And that's how I am with it. But they always tell me, like at work, I used to bring my paper and I was writing and writing and working, and he gave me shit a bunch of times. And I said, you know what? I own the place, basically, the way I look at it. And eventually I just said to myself, you know what? Let him be right. And I need to hold on, because if I'm starting to fly in my head and I'm writing down, I'll never catch up. I have so many notes sometimes, I can never catch up to my notes, never mind doing any work at all. So sometimes I'll just take all my notes. For the last 2, 3 weeks, I've been piling them up because I just am. They're there. It's taken up the place it's taken up. If I took it away, nothing would be there. So at least something is there. I got something to do in case I have nothing to do. Has that ever happened? Has it? That's okay. I am Raphael, Mr. Tackmans. The energy of Christ is a belief that this world cannot exist without love, because it can't. It's in war right now, and if it was with love, we wouldn't be in war. You see, so right away, love wins, right? Oh, you want to be in war, but people get killed. Is that what it's supposed to be? Like, if this world was all about everybody has to die, well, then war's okay. Fine. But we're in a world where, I mean, 90% of the world prefers life, I guess. So I guess that should be the law. Life. Should we make a law on life and death and let people choose their own? You know what I'm saying? No, because it's bad for the society to see all the people committing suicide. Oh my God, I have sympathy for those. I understand. I've been in depression, and you're probably saying, it's not like mine. You're right. It's not like yours. It was like mine. It was mine. Holy fuck. I should have been able to know today what I know today. If I knew this when I had my depression, I don't know if I would have came out, but I'll tell you one thing. You know what happens sometimes? Boom, I'll fall it down inside of me. I'm just totally depressed for like 20 seconds, off and on for maybe a couple of hours. And then it's fine again. And what I believe it is the incoming and outgoing blood flow. And I'm so happy inside to have this energy of Christ inside of me that when I have to slow down and I slow it down, it's almost like, it hits the street and it bounces back up. And now it's bouncing inside of me until that bounce slows down, because I was going so quick. And you bounce the ball, it's going like this in you, and now you're feeling depressed, and you're not depressed, and you're depressed. And so then you have to even yourself out. You always, that's the one thing I believe about, for me, bipolar, is to make sure you got that equality. It's okay to be up here. You have to know you're up here. But you know what? You don't want to be up here all night and then have to go to bed, be down here, because you get down here, from up here to down here for bipolar, it's almost like being down here. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep like some sort of keel on it. Thank you, 7286. You want to know my predictions? Yeah. I hope this video comes alive. 23 minutes. If you see 23 minutes, then it's the whole video. Oh my God. I pray to God the video comes out. I can't do this again, because I don't like repeating. Repeating, no repeat. Repeat, no repeat. Repeating.